Did you know that before the internet, people spent an average of 20 hours a week just hanging out with family and friends? Crazy, right? Imagine that. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going on a nostalgic trip to explore what life was like before the internet took over our lives. Remember those simpler times? When a Saturday night meant a movie rental from Blockbuster, and getting in touch with someone meant actually talking to them on the phone? Ah, the charm of the pre-digital age. Life was all about face-to-face interactions, handwritten letters, and the thrill of discovering new things without Google at our fingertips. So, grab a snack, and let's dive into this nostalgic journey together. Now, let's talk about some of the real challenges people faced in a world without the internet. First off, access to information was super limited. If you wanted to know something, you had to hit the library and hope the book you needed was available. Research papers? You'd better be prepared to sift through stacks of encyclopedias. And let's not forget about communication. Remember waiting days for a response to a letter? Or the anxiety of calling someone and hoping they were home? Instant communication was a fantasy. Plus, if you wanted to share a photo, you had to wait for the film to be developed and hope it turned out okay. Life was definitely slower, but that gave us time to appreciate things more, right? Now, let's explore different aspects of life before the internet. Entertainment was a whole different ballgame. Instead of binge-watching shows on streaming platforms, we had our trusty TV schedules, and if you missed an episode, tough luck. You had to wait until it came back around. And video games? They were all about those cartridges and arcade machines. I remember spending hours at the arcade trying to beat my high score on Pac-Man. And let's not forget about music. We spent countless hours making mixtapes from the radio, waiting for our favorite songs to play. Communication was all about face-to-face chats, phone calls, and yes, the occasional smoke signal, just kidding. But really, meeting up with friends at the mall or hanging out at someone's house was the norm. And how about those family road trips? We didn't have GPS. We relied on good old-fashioned paper maps and, of course, the occasional argument about which route to take. Every drive turned into an adventure, filled with "Are we there yet?" and singing along to our favorite CDs. Daily routines were pretty different too. Remember the excitement of receiving a handwritten letter or a postcard? There was something magical about opening your mailbox and finding a surprise. And shopping? You had to physically go to stores, which meant you'd often bump into familiar faces and have those spontaneous catch-ups. Sure, life was less convenient, but it had its own set of joys that we often overlook today. Let me share a quick story that really sums up life before the internet. Picture this, it's the summer of 1995, and my friends and I decided to throw a huge backyard campout. No social media invites, we just called each other and spread the word. We set up tents, roasted marshmallows, and stayed up late telling ghost stories under the stars. At one point, the power went out, and we ended up sitting around a campfire, just talking and laughing. It was pure magic. No distractions from screens, just the sound of crickets and our voices filling the night. That night, we made memories that would last a lifetime. Sure, we didn't have Snapchat to share every moment, but those real-life connections felt so much deeper. Reflecting on that experience makes me realize how much we crave those genuine interactions today, don't you think? So, as we wrap up, let's remember the charm of life before the internet. It was a time filled with slower communication, face-to-face interactions, and a sense of adventure in everyday life. We may have faced challenges like limited information access, but we also created lasting memories that shaped who we are. The contrast between then and now is striking, and it certainly makes me nostalgic for those simpler times. Now, I want to hear from you. What are some of your favorite memories from the pre-internet era? Drop them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, check out my other videos where we dive deeper into the 90s and beyond. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.